3. Hi, happy Hub Day. I'm waiting for YouTube to come on board because of the delay. Stop doing this with your lawn. I'm not doing anything with my lawn. Share your referral link. I'm not referring anybody. And not sure. Oh, there I am. Gosh, that's always in my way. It's not too washed out. You can't really adjust it until you go live, and then you can't really see it. I'm washed out. I'm all washed up and out. Yes. Huh. Well, since nobody's here, let's do a little connected. Image adjustments. Exposure. Hi, Lydia. How are you? I'm just playing with some, well, I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I don't know what gain is. Oh, dear. Oh, what did I do? That was not a good exposure. How are you on Hubba Hubba Day? Midweek? Contrast? I wish I knew what some of this stuff meant. That seems a little bit better. Reset to default. Well, I'm glad you're well. That's good. It's all good. It's halfway through the week. That Wednesday comes up rather quickly. Of course, when I was working, it didn't seem to roll around that quickly. Now that I'm not, it. Hi, Becky. Good to see you. Saw you earlier today, this morning, as I was getting ready to go off and play bridge. Playing a lot of bridge. You'd think I would be starting to get better, but I don't feel like I am. But oh man, this one woman, she is, I don't know whether she's losing it, you know, or she's so deaf that she doesn't hear half of what everyone is saying. At one point, the one lady turned to her and asked her a question. Like, she said to her, what do you think's going on in the dining room? Because in the dining room they had the table set with all the condiments on it, which you never really see because every table had a ketchup, a mayonnaise, and a mustard thing on the table, and normally they don't bring that out unless you order something that needs those things. So she turned to Norma and said, what do you think's going on in the dining room? And Norma turned to Chris and said, one spade. So she gave her a bridge bid. Didn't hear her at all. So it was pretty funny. I think I'm going to attempt to work on the ATC. There's Dee Dee and Janet are having an ATC swap. And I do believe it's pertaining to travel. Either, pick a country or like passport related. So I have some stuff that I have cut out and I thought that I would kind of play with. And I have it in an envelope here. And let's take a look. I'm trying to think. Nothing's really new since Sunday. It's my son's birthday today. I have to call him. He's 49. I can't believe he's that old. 49 years old. Where did that time go? And I was talking to another bridge lady, and I said, oh, it's my son's birthday today. I have to remember to call him. I made him a card, which I showed everybody on Sunday, but I just got it in the mail, so he won't get it in time for his birthday. And I she asked me how old he was, and I was kind of said, well, let's see. He was a bicentennial baby. He was born in 1976. And she said, so was my son. And her son's name is Dave also. So I thought that was an interesting coincidence. So let's see what I've got here. Thinking of adding a map, and I bought this paper pack years ago, and by accident I bought two of them. So I have, but it's kind of neat because it's, as you can see, it's maps, text, and ledgers. So it's got a little bit of, it's got blank maps and more specific maps, and then it has all different types of ledger paper in it. So I think I'm gonna maybe, if I can find a country, I can maybe just take out a little piece of map. Well, I'll show you what I've done so far. I'm sorry I'm so washed out. I wish I knew more about how to adjust all this stuff. Oh, I also printed out some passport stuff. And I also printed that on that vinyl sticker paper that I have found, thanks to Louisa Hensel, I do believe. And let me show you what I got. I cut out the ATCs, which are, I do believe, 2.5 by 3.5. And so I have a whole bunch of little bits and little passport pictures of wee little people. And I thought maybe I would make some photocopies of my passports. So here's some other stuff. So let's see. This is that passport set that I got. And this is it printed out on the, you can see here. I thought I would cut this in half. I thought this was a passport for United Kingdom, British Consulate, St. Louis, Missouri, 1934. And this is what it looks like. If I have it, let's see. Yeah. So this is what it looks like. And then I printed it out on that vinyl, that clear vinyl sticker paper. And now that's what it looks like when it's printed out. And it's a sticker paper. And it's transparent, completely transparent. And it's pretty cool. So let me see what I've got here. And here's another passport thing that could be used. Let's see. All right. What I tried to do is I went through all my stamps. Hello, Marguerite from beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Has spring sprung up there? Are you starting to get some spring-like weather? So I put this is just gray cardstock that I have stuck on some of those vinyl prints that I have printed out. And this is Antigua. And what I did is I went through my stamp collection and I tried to find out what the country was. I had to Google it and translate to figure out, and this turned out to be Czechoslovakia. And I went to my my stamp collection, and so I'm going to add a real stamp to each one of the cards as part of the embellishments. And I found stamps for almost all of them, even though a passport wouldn't have a stamp, but I just thought it would be a nice added embellishment. So I think I can glue those on. And here I found a passport person that will kind of fit in the passport box. And I don't know what country this is, but it doesn't. I mean, I can stick any stamp. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll take a look. I'm glad you have some flora emerging. So let me just, I'll put these over here and see what other things. I mean, it's hard. Hi, Devin. Devin will be on this afternoon. Aunt Bex is going to be on at 1:30. And there's talk of, Aunt Bex said that possibly, that she would be doing watercolor flowers with her new watercolor set. I'm voting for that. My vote counts. I'm trying to do, well, I've been going through and watching a lot of reels. And now that I'm sure everybody already knows how to do this, but I just figured out how to save them. And you can set up like a collection. So I have a whole collection of art reels. And I love that, a couple of them do those quick watercolor ones that are so cute. So I've got a whole bunch of those, and the doodle things that you can doodle. And I'm putting those in my daily, my journal that I bought, that I was hoping that I would work in every day, just do a little something. And I've done some watercolors. That's why I was kind of voting for watercolor stuff. And so Becky is on at 1:30, and Yolan Devin is going to be on at 3, I do believe. And from what I remember, she's going to be doing some jelly plate printing on the washi tape paper, sticker paper, which I've also bought. And I've stamped on that, but I haven't attempted to jelly plate on it yet. Because, I am kind of a reluctant jelly plate printer person. And then, I was talking about it on Sunday. I tried to do that acrylic paint. Yes, okay, good. And last week, I had all intentions of kind of doing it with you, but it seemed like you already had them done and you were just cutting them up and using them. So I'm hoping that you're going to actually be doing some actual prints today, because I'd like to kind of follow along in real time, so to speak. All right, so I looked this guy up, and this guy is Czechoslovakia. And I have a stamp from Czechoslovakia, so I'm going to stick that on there. But I'm going to see if I can't find maybe a little piece of a map. Yes, I can. I will. Let me write that down. She's got an interesting name. Yeah, I will send it to you. I think her first name is Nitsa, and she's got an accent. I can't. She looks like she's 12 years old. Yes, I will send you the link. Did you ask for the link on Sunday, and did I forget? Which is, I'm sure if you did, I apologize, but I will find that link. I attempted it and it didn't work, but I don't think she let her she allowed hers to dry overnight. And of course, I rushed it with trying to use my blow dryer. And so just parts of it. Okay, send Devin. Acrylic paint transfer link. And then I told you she also did it, pre-printed some. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Ink link. Ink link. Yes, the acrylic paint. She used the acrylic paint to make transfers. It was unbelievable. It really was fascinating what she did. And then she did a black and white, and it was a laser print that she printed out on her laser. And then she did another one. I think I told you she did a colored photo, a colored print on her, and printed it out on her inkjet printer and did the transfer directly onto a page in her art journal. And that came out really good. It's fascinating. And that you only needed to let dry much shorter period than the first one. But anyway, yeah, I will send you the link as soon as I get off so you can take a look. It's pretty interesting stuff. It's just always amazing how. Oh, did I? Well, I meant paint. I'm sorry. I could have very well said ink. I could have very well said ink, but she's. Oh, so maybe you know about that. She had her substrate, and she had 3 or 4 different colors of acrylic paint, and did a dab, like a little dab here, and, a couple of dabs of the acrylic paint, and then smeared that down on her substrate, and then took the photo, the copy, the laser print, and just turned it upside down, picture down, and then put it on, the smeared out acrylic paint. And I'm sorry, paint. I may have said ink, which is very different, but I meant, no. I may have said ink, but it's paint. Anyway, I'm sorry for the confusion. I'm confused, obviously. All right, let me see if I can't find a little. Did I say hi to Beth? I think I said. Let me see if I can't find a little bit of Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia. What do we got here? This is British Protectorate. Where is this? This is not anywhere where we want to be, but maybe. Let's see. Well, there's Sardinia in Africa. And Serbia, Bulgaria, Romania. Oh, geez, I think Czechoslovakia would be just up here. Almost. Are you familiar with the acrylic paint transfer? Maybe you already know how to do that, but I'll send it to you anyway. All right, so there's Majorca, and I'm so sorry, I'm so washed out. I really have to spend more time trying to do a better job of getting my picture. I just don't know how to not be washed out. I've got too much light. Now let me just turn this light around. So Beth, another beautiful day in sunny Florida. Down a little bit there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I know. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Duh. Yeah, you normally do acrylic paint. Um, yeah, yeah. Now that I think about it, that's no biggie. That's true. But I'll send you the link anyway. Yeah, that's not nothing exceptional. Now that I come to think of it. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Um, the British Isles. No, I don't think I have. Well, I can just put any piece of random map. I just thought like a little map might be a nice embellishment on the. Oh, here's Africa. So here's Great Britain. So it would be up in this area somewhere. I'm just going to tear this out. And, oh, thank you, Marty. Thanks for stopping by and giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. That's so sweet of you. Let's see what we got here. Well, it would be over here somewhere. So we'll just tear some piece of this out. Working on an ATC, you don't really have a whole lot of real estate. So just a tiny piece of, that's the problem with, I like Dee Dee's idea where she makes a little bit, her ATC is a little bit bigger. You know, it's just a wee bit bigger than the average, the official ATC. But when she went through hers in her book, and it's the same size as baseball cards. I don't on her stream on Monday, and she went through page after page. Boy, they just look so cool. Just to see them all there, all the ones that she's collected over the years with all the different people. It's just a beautiful collection to kind of go back and reminisce and go through. And the fact that she could remember, half of them, who they were from, I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, that's you're right. It's a totally different distinction. Art cards are different than ATCs. I never thought of that, but you're absolutely right, Margaret. Yeah. I guess the art cards are a little bit, I guess, can be bigger. And then you have the coins. Hi, April. Welcome. I'm just kind of working on ATC cards for our swap. And this information has come off. This is fake passport stuff that came off a website that I copied. I printed out. And so let's do a little bordering around that. Just give it a little. Hi, Mama. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you being here. So I have bridge lessons tonight. And those of you who've been following my bridge journey, my Monday night partner, who was very strict. She's hard on me, but it's just because I'm learning. And anyway, she's going away. I think just a random piece of ruler would be odd. So why don't we stick a random piece of ruler on here? She her family is in Minnesota, and she's going to Minnesota, okie doke. And she didn't know whether she was going to be able to go because she was having trouble after her shoulder surgery, and she wasn't sure. He had a CAT scan done, and they took 640 images, and which revealed nothing. So she's going to go ahead with her trip. So she's going to leave. She was going to leave Thursday, but now she's saying she's probably going to leave Friday or Saturday and won't be back until mid-July. So I have to find another partner. I found another partner, but she leaves mid-May to go to, she's got a home in Cape Cod. Yeah, such a Southern lady. Yes, yes. Well, it's funny because I don't know how many of you remember the movie Driving Miss Daisy. And those Southern ladies played Mahjong. And of course, they have Mahjong here. I could take Mahjong lessons. So Lois is leaving either Thursday or Friday. She didn't think she'd be ready to go Thursday. So my new partner is Jenny, and she'll be around until mid-May. And then after that, I don't know what I'm going to do. What we thought you should learn. I played many, 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 many years ago. My ex-husband taught me how to play, and I was never very good. And then they offered free lessons here, which I took advantage of. Well, I think that's a neat start. It's not razzle dazzle. I find it really difficult to work on such a small surface, so to speak, and just don't know what to add. Let's see. I could add a piece of this just for the fun of it. I probably should have put the stamp up. Well, we'll put that one aside and we'll build another one. And this was all printed out on that vinyl sticker paper. All right, let's do this guy. Let's go over here. Let's see. Because I had them all together with the stamps, and then, of course, they didn't really stay together. Well, there's another Czechoslovakia. Huh. I was trying to match up this. And this is, I think, let's see what country this is. This is Hungary. Okay. According to, all right, so let's glue this down. Again, I'm just using this as the back, and this is that passport stuff. And this is Hungary. So we'll find, maybe I can find a little part of Hungary on the calendar thing. Yeah, it's a very interesting game, that's for sure. And it's a good brain exercise. Gets you thinking. But yeah, I think I'm getting better. I don't know. Again, I played many years ago, and my ex was a really, really good bridge player, and his parents were, serious bridge players. I think I'm going to put a stamp, one of those postal stamps right here. Yeah, let me see. What do they do with those? I don't know. I think they're here. Let me get the stamp out. Let me move this out. Right here? No, they're not. They're here. Okay. All right. This will be perfect. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of these little postal stamps. Stick one of those there, like a canceled, even though it's really not a passport thing. Do you know that they don't stamp passports anymore? As a a normal thing, when you go through customs, they used to always stamp your passports. Well, they don't do that as the norm, so to speak. You have to ask for them to stamp your passport. At least that was the case when I went to Canada. I had to ask the guy to, actually I had to go find them. We were in Nova Scotia, and we were in Sydney, Nova Scotia. And they have a gigantic fiddle, because they have like fiddling contests there. And that's on their passport. And we had to go find the guy and ask him to stamp our passports. Because I guess they don't. I could use a little camera stamp. Maybe that would be cute there. I mean, this doesn't have to make sense, right? Right. So I'll just, how about a little camera? Yeah, just finding little bits and pieces of stuff. I like that. Put a little camera there. Yeah, right there. Okay. Let's do that in black. Just a wee bit. A wee little. Use some VersaFine. Yeah, I looked at my old passport from many, many, many years ago. And it had lots of stamps on it. Oh, that came out. Look, I like that. Yeah, that's cool. We'll keep that. I think that's a good little doohickey to stick on that. Stick that back here. Stick that there. Alrighty, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. And I have a Hungary stamp here. I think I said that was Hungary. They call it Magyar. Magyar, Magyar. Magyar is Hungary, I think. So we'll stick that maybe over here, maybe just above that. You can't see that. And let's see if we can't get a little piece of Hungary. Magnum. Let's see. Let me get another map here. And this is, let's see. This would be up over in here. There's the Black Sea. Oh, there's Hungary right there. And there's Czech and Slovakia right in this little tiny corner. Let's see if I can't get another map of that. Let's see. Yeah, you get 3 or 4 of each. Oh, look at this. All right, there's Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, And Hungary's got to be right there too. Bulgaria. There's Hungary right there. Okay, let's take that one. Take a little map, a little piece of Hungary. Yes, I thought about that. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that would be good. Yeah, that would be a great idea. I would do that. Sure. I wish I had my original passports. I don't know what I did with them. I got my very first passport when I was 15. And I have no idea where they are. And I can't imagine that I would have thrown those out. So I only have, well, the 15, and I don't know where that one is. And now I just have one other and a one that's still current. They're good for, I think, 10 years. So the one I have now is the most recent one. When I went to Ireland to visit Mo and Sean when they obviously still lived in Ireland. And I think I told you Sean has officially become an American citizen. He went through his citizenship test. And it's interesting, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. There's Switzerland. There's only 10 questions that you have to answer for your citizenship. 10 questions. I lost Hungary. Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, you only have to, there's only 10 questions. And if you answer the first 6 correctly, get the first 6 in a row correct, then you're considered done. You're considered passed, and they don't bother asking you the final, the other 4, the last 4, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, his wife thought he had done something or didn't have the right paperwork because he was back. He was only gone for about 10 minutes, and then he was done. I think I want to rat that up a little bit, just, rough that up a little bit. I have one of those rougher thingies. I've got every little doohickey thingy, one of these things that kind of, another Timmy thing to rough it up. Rough it up. I have my brother's passports too, one of his passports. Yeah, that looks, I should rough this up too, but I don't like the fact that it's square. What do you think? I'll put it on crooked. How's that? Well, maybe I can just do this a little bit. Just take a corner off here and there. There. Okay. Yeah, I don't know whether should I do the thingy? I guess I will. I'll do the thingy. I got to do the other thingy around it anyway, so I'll do the thingy. Yeah, I should do the thingy around here too. I guess what do you call this? Edging? Right. Is there a technical term for edging? I guess it's a form of edging, right? Okay. Okay. I'll stick this here like so. Oh, I should probably do maybe a little paper clip type of thing, No, we're not allowed to have any embellishments. Okay, we can't do that. It has to be flat. Forgot. How's that? Alrighty. And I had a little. Ooh, how about this? Oh, a little star here. Alrighty, let's stick that down. Now we're having, oh, there she is, Carol. You know I've been thinking of you. Okay, just be quiet in your quiet corner. I'm glad you could be here, even if it's, even if you're doing a dozy do. Maybe I'll stick this on top of that. Oh, guess what? I glued that down upside down. Are you shocked? I am absolutely shocked that I glued that upside down. Not. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, I like that. Those of you who don't know me, I am notorious for upside down and backwards creations. It just seems to be something that I do on a regular basis. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. And then we got the stamp. Oh, I should have canceled the stamp. Oh, well. Duh. That would have been. Well, I hope that you're fairly comfortable. A lot of ice, yeah. Yep. I bet a lot of ice. Lots of ice, I'm sure. Okay. Now we need a picture. So I'll stick this dude here. A little tiny picture of a little guy here. And it's already got an outline on it. Oh, I'm glad you're home. Yep, the old 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. Yep. Well, that will help with the swelling and the pain, I'm sure. Okay, well, there's another one. I think that one's pretty cool. It's kind of busy, but that's okay. I mean, these are kind of drabby, but I was thinking of maybe adding some like stitches, but I don't know, what that would, that would seem a little out of place. Because again, it's okay. Let's do this guy here. What are we doing our time? Yeah. All right. And this is Magar also. So this is Hungary also. Let's see if I can't find another country. Here is Czechoslovakia. I got a lot of Czech. And this is Czechoslovakia. And this is Oh gosh, what is this? Franz Joseph. Oh, Franz Joseph. That's the Republic of Österreich. Franz Joseph. He was the of the Austrian Empire. God, I'm embarrassed. My history is. This is Czechoslovakia also. I got a lot of Czech. Maybe I need to. Oh, this is. I'll do this. And this is. Yeah. Yes. Slovakia or the Republic. Yep. Here's a one we can do. And this is the cover, a faux cover of the Antigua, the colony of Antigua. That's in the Caribbean, right? I should know. And here's a stamp from Antigua. Is that on the northern part of? Yeah, I don't know whether he was the one that was assassinated or his son, Ferdinand, and his lovely wife actually started World War One. I think France, yeah, Joe. I think that was he was the father of the Austria-Hungary Empire. Ferdinand and his lovely wife, Sophia. Yeah, leading to the war. Yep. Yeah, but I don't think it was Franz Joseph. I should know this. Oh my God. I used to teach that. Ferdinand and his lovely wife, Sophia. That was the first time that she was ever allowed to be seen in public with him because his family thought that he had married beneath himself. And she was not allowed to go out. And this was a very special occasion when the Black Hand, the terrorist group, Serbians, killed him. And that's another crazy story for another day. It was a series of errors. It's a miracle that they pulled it off. All right, Antigua. Let's see if we can't find a map of Antigua. And I think that's like, God, like off the coast of Venezuela. Why I think that, I don't know. I think my parents went there and my mother said it was very windy. Yep. Maybe it was Franz Joseph. All right, Antigua. My parents used to go away a lot. My father worked for the airlines, and they would go away for long weekends to the Caribbean and never take us. We were always left at home. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. You're right. You're right. I'm thinking of Aruba. That's exactly what I'm thinking of, Devin. I was thinking of Aruba. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I knew it began with an A. Aruba. All right. Let's see. I know there's some. That's Mallorca. Let's see. Well, there's some neat stuff here too. I thought there was some British protectorate. No. Okay. Well, I don't want to spend too much time. I have a beautiful atlas that I got at here. No. And that I got at Goodwill, a National Geographic atlas. Come on, Jamaica. Come on. Jamaica, man. Hispaniola. I could Google it, obviously, but Honduras Island? Oh well. I don't know. Somebody doesn't have to have a map, right? Doesn't have to have a map. Well, that's Australia. I know it's not on that part of the world. Pretty sure of that. It's a British colony. At least it was a British colony. So, okay. We won't worry about that one. Won't have a map, which is fine. It's fine. Let me just stick this over here. We'll find some other stuff. This is already pretty. We've got the beautiful stamp, a half-a-cent stamp. But that's what I was. That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of Aruba. I mean, that's where my parents went. Yeah, they would just. This is a British passport, a copy of a British passport. But my parents would take off and leave us home. Oh, it's part of the Leeward Islands. Okay, well that is the Caribbean then. That's down where. Okay, all righty. Thank you. Okay. My grandparents, my mom's parents, would come down from Rhode Island and babysit us. Oh, kite surfers. Yeah, I mean, I do remember my mother commenting on how windy Aruba was. And that's funny. That was her comment about it. It was just members. I mean, I remember her commenting on kite surfing. Huh. Is that when you're on like a surfboard and you have like a kite that kind of pulls you? Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah, they're several hours by air off Florida. They're not as close as you would think. See here, well, you can't, well, maybe you can't see it because it's darkened, but here's the Leeward Islands right here. So we'll just tear that out and stick that on here and call it a day. Yeah, there's Puerto Rico, Leeward Islands. That's when all those little islands, St. Kitts, St. Mark's, St. John's, St. Thomas. My brother lived in St. Thomas for, I don't know, 25 years. Windsurfing, but with a kite. That would be cool. Yeah, just stick a little doohickey there. I'll give it a little schmooze. Oh man, stuck that on the. Well, hello, Barbara. You haven't missed much. I've just been, filling the air with just boring chatter. Working on the ATC swap cards. That the theme is travel, passporty type of stuff. Pick a country. some people are doing, like one person has already done them, and they did 10 cards that were pretty much all alike, but their underlining theme was Egypt. Egypt would be fun to do because you could have the pyramids in the background, all that neat stuff. And I'm kind of just doing the places that are on the passport printout thingy that I found. So, well, we can put a picture on this, even though technically there wouldn't be a picture, but we can still stick a picture on here of this lovely lady. How about this lovely lady? We can stick her right there. Of course, I covered, it says Antigua right there. I was going to say I covered where it is. You're not waking up for the first time, are you, Barbara? Maybe you are. It's 3 hours earlier where you are. How far north are you in California? I was telling somebody that I had a friend that lived in Eureka. And how close are you to the Oregon border? Are you that far north? Let's do this. I'll put a little stamp on her. Never boring. Well, thank you. Try not to be boring. Okay, let's put some. It's going to be hard to stamp on that because it's glossy. I'd like to put Next Adventure would be good. Right here. Well, maybe I could stamp on that. Little arrow, best ever. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Hello. Today was adventure awaits. Well, let's stick one of these on here. Oh, top priority. How about that? Where is that? Yeah, I'll stick that on. Let's see whether it might eventually dry. Oh, that's a great idea. I do. But I think it'll stamp on. I can stamp over the stamp. This the ankle stamp take to that. But that's a good idea for future reference. Because I do have clear gesso. I do. But I think that'll work. And I'll stick this on, and then I'll say goodbye because, hi, Teresa. I think I said hi, Teresa. Becky's on in 2 minutes. So what did we used to say? We're going to hop on the bus, Gus. 50 ways to leave your lover. Hop on the bus, Gus. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I'm sticking that on. I'm looking for the ink pad, and it's like I'm holding it. I'm all right. Okay. Now I can't tell whether that's upside down or because I'm working in the dark. Oh, dear. Oh, man. Oh, I'm a mess, guys. I'm a mess. I didn't sleep well last night at all. I woke up at 2. And I've been up since 2. Nothing like putting the ink on the back of the stamp, right? All right. There we go. Now I'm in the right orientation. Okay, let's try this one more time. One more time with gusto. Yeah, you can't see that. That's okay. All right, folks. Thank you so much for being here. Getting your living room back to order. Okay. So we're going to go over to Aunt Bex. And I didn't know whether Aunt Bex revealed what she's doing. There it is. Oh, okay. She's doing lollipop flowers for ATCs. Woo, okay. Thank you so much for being here for Hub Day. I'm sorry that I was kind of lackluster today. Thank you for being here. And have a good rest of the week. And I'll see you out on the internets, I'm sure. So remember, if you can't be good, be careful and always be fabulous. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Take care. End stream. End stream. And bye.